Hi everyone. Um, I have a new guitar. No, I'm just joking. The other day I was a bit bored and I wasn't doing anything, so I decided to swap necks with the Fender Vintera 60s Road Worn Strat that I have and the USA model 2007 Ingve Malmsteen Strat. So I put the neck of the Malmsteen Strat to the body of the Vintera Strat, and this is what came out. Sometimes when I'm bored, I do this type of stuff on my guitar because why not? I've tried this in some of my guitars, mostly on the 4-bolt necks, 4-bolt Strats, which are basically interchangeable unless they are the YGM Strat from Japan and USA. The two of them have very different size of threaded inserts, which means these screws here are a lot bigger in the Fender Japan ones than the USA ones, so you cannot swap the necks out of them. You cannot put a Fender Japan YGM Strat neck on a Fender Japan USA body, but because the size of the American threaded inserts, the screw, by the way, YGM Strats have threaded inserts, so instead of having normal screws which have spiral threads on them, big threads, USA and YGM models have threaded inserts where you screw the screws into a brass insert inside, and it has very fine thread compared to this type of the vintage screws, 4 screws that Strats have. But the USA Malmsteen models have the same size of screws on their threaded inserts for the USA YGMs and the normal screws, and the Japanese don't. Japanese have a bigger ones. So if you try and put a Japanese maple neck to basically any Mexico or Japanese that is not threaded insert, doesn't have any threaded insert, it's not gonna fit because the screws are a lot bigger. But if you try and put Fender Japan, like normal, not the YGM Strat with threaded inserts, just the normal screws like this, they're the same size, so you can use that. You can use a Fender Japan. You can put a Fender Japan neck on a USA body, because I've tried that before. But remember, you cannot put a Fender Japan neck on a USA body. At least those YGM Strats that have the threaded inserts, because the threaded inserts are bigger than the USA ones. So back to this guitar. I've tried the other day. I also was a bit bored, so I tried removing some of the finish on top of the body to make it look a bit more relic. This has a nitro finish on top, which is very easy to remove. I managed to remove it like almost same as what the custom shop guys do. because nitrocellulose always cracks easily if you push a bit on the paint with something that is about the same thickness of the, yeah, can you see that? Same thickness as the paint, it will, can you see that? You see that? Let me put some, yeah, can you see that? From using my fingernail, I will remove a part of the paint on top, and there'll be the second layer, which I think is a primer, or I don't know what type of paint that is, but basically that's where the top coating is hanging on to. So if you remove that top coating, you will expose this silver thing here. Where is it? There you go. So I removed the finish, yeah, to make it a bit relic, but at first I kind of like it, and then I realized I have this YGM neck which I ruined the last time, the finish on the fretboard. I don't know if you can still see. This is the one, the finish, the nitro finish bubbled up when I refretted the whole neck. So I thought maybe this and this would look nice together because they look worn, plus they looks unique. Two of them looks unique. Oh, so yeah, the two of them looks unique, and I feel like I have a new guitar. Plus, when I'm gonna transfer to a different guitar, which is this one, and this is the USA YJM Strat body and the neck of the Fender 60s Vintera Roadworn. Oops, it started too. Okay, so it looks nice. Looks like a 60s vintage white, which is in reality is non-existent. I think in 1960s the Strats they didn't have the vintage white. They only have 3-tone sunburst or 2-tone sunburst, or those custom order ones like gold color. And I kind of like it. I kind of like the neck on this body because it feels more solid. I feel like I have more sustain. I don't know, maybe it's because the pickups, these have YGM Furies on it. The other one, the Vintera 60s, have the Marzio HS3s. And some people have noticed that the fretboard on this Vintera 60s, at least mine has a very darker, not very dark, but a lot like darker color, because this fretboard is not rosewood, it's actually Pau Ferro, and most of the Pau Ferro fretboards have lighter color. They don't look like rosewood at all, but I guess mine looks a lot darker even though it's Pau Ferro. Plus what I do is I I don't know if this would work with other Pau Ferro guitars. I mean Pau Ferro fretboards, because I've seen a lot of the first Vintero 60 Strats that have Pau Ferro fretboards, and the color is not really dark, but looks more like a dry rosewood. You know, when you remove the fretboard oil on a rosewood fretboard, you wipe it down with lighter fluid or with whatever you use to clean it up. It becomes it looks like a dried rosewood fretboard. But mine, what I do is I use like very fine steel wool, and I make sure that the steel wool that I use is not new. I make sure that's been used before, and it's kind of a bit of a rusty. It's a bit rusty, and then I put some fretboard oil, and then I wipe it down the fretboard. And for some reason, I don't know if it's just this one, because I know this is not very dark when I got it. If you can see from the front of the camera here, I don't know if you can see the difference, but there it is. That color brown over there is the original color of the fretboard of this Pau Ferro fretboard. Okay, my camera is having a hard time tracking. I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay. So on the sun, actually you cannot see because of the finish. The finish is shining, and it's blocking the real color of the fretboard. But if I look at it now, from my eyesight, this part here is very light colored compared to the fretboard. I think because of that technique that I use, which is I used very fine steel wool that I put fretboard oil, and I wipe this thing, like the whole fretboard, I wipe it down. I try and polish the fretboard with that. It polishes the fret wires at the same time. Plus, it leaves a black a black color oil on the fretboard, and I think it's what's making it look dark. So yeah, that's one technique I use. Use a used fine grit steel wool, the one that is a bit rusty, and then put fretboard oil, and then wipe down the whole fretboard. If you have a light colored fretboard, use that, and I think it will work, because mine is quite dark now. It's still a bit chocolatey, but it's looks like a dark chocolate, and it's not very light. Plus, it will make your fretboard shine a bit. It will make it look smooth. And to tell you the truth, it's quite hard to polish Pau Ferro to a mirror, like, you know, those rosewood ones that are very shiny when you polish them. This thing is very hard to polish, because I think Pau Ferro is, I don't know if I'm correct, but Pau Ferro is a hardwood, and I think it's like maple, very hard to polish. And so that's it. I've swapped the necks, and this is what I have. probably they will stay like this for a while because I am enjoying the way, I'm enjoying how they feel, and I like how they feel, and I like how they sound. Plus the feel and the sustain is a lot better. I might need to adjust the bridge on this. We're going to have a little bit of boom. So yeah, that's it for the swapping of the necks. For swapping necks, it's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes, I guess, because you still have to readjust the springs at the back. I don't know what it is with guitars, but they have different tensions, even though they have same gauges of strings, which mine is at 8 to 42. The other one is also 8 to 42. But then when I swapped the necks, this thing became very the bridge became very high to an angle that I had to adjust the springs at the back. The other one I didn't have any problems with that, but just this one. So I guess either I need to change my springs or to have a normal setup, because if I can remember correctly, I changed the springs of these a few years ago. I can't remember. That was before I changed my string gauge to 8 to Malmsteen's gauge. So yeah. What are the benefits of swapping necks? I guess it's all in your mind. You'll feel like you have two new different guitars because they feel different. They feel different. Sometimes they sound different. For this one and that one, I think it's all in the feel, but they still sound the same. And this feels a lot solid now because of the neck. The neck is slightly thicker. I mean, slightly thicker after I shaved down the neck, because before it was super thick. Like, if you can see here, this part here was what I shaved up to here, because before this one was, I think this one was, I took a lot of material on this area, because before I couldn't reach the 21st fret. It was quite boxy and it felt like I couldn't get that technique down because of the sharpness of the edge of the neck here on the heel. So I rounded it off, took some materials away, and now it feels a lot better. I can still sand it down, but I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon because it takes a lot of time and I don't have a lot of time, especially now. I'm going to move to a different place. In a few weeks I'll be moving to a different place. I think next week or in 10 days. I've moved some of my guitars over there. If you can see, there was a case here at my back, at my left. It was the Grassroots Scallop Strat, and then there's another one here on top here. That was the Jackson Dinky that I got. I brought it to the other house the other day. So pretty soon some of the guitars here will vanish and will be moved to the new place until I've moved to the new place. And that's it for now, and thank you for watching. For those who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. My analytics say that thousands of people are watching but they don't subscribe. I mean, a few thousand people are tuning in but they're not subscribed. So It would be big help if you subscribe to me, and thank you. And we'll see you on the next video again. Thank you so much, and bye bye.